Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have been, not watching. I've been watching Blake 7 as well. I've been listening to Blake 7. No, I haven't. I've been listening to the Worlds of Blake 7, the Terra Nostra, the latest box set from Big Finish. 3 stories, which is actually an end of a 9-episode season, which I didn't realise until I got to this one. Essentially, take the 3 Worlds of Blake 7 box sets they just released, the Clone Masters, which I really quite enjoyed, and Babe and the Butcher, which was garbage. It was like absolute garbage. I'm so disappointed in that. And Terra Nostra. That makes 1 season, and you get a real season finale at the end of it. A little bit too self-referential for my liking. We'll get to the review in a minute. This was pretty good. I have to say, pretty good. Although I tell you, I think I find this whole range kind of forgettable, right? Kind of like throwaway. Because essentially it's we have the Liberator and Liberator crew, which is what we're really interested in. But let's turn around and look at something else in the world. The world is good. I like the world building. I think, the basic Liberator thing was the way to go. What I would have done to continue, because I get it, Paul Darrow's dead. You can't do this without Paul Darrow. Gareth Thomas didn't sound like Gareth Thomas when he was doing them either. They all sound too old, right? I mean, Bill is good. Michael Keaton sounds okay. Sally Kimnett in this one sounds nearly okay, right? What I would have done is have exactly the same premise with different characters. So 100 years later, you have some dissident. Oh, please don't make it a woman lead, because I'm scared of women. I'm just so bored of that trope, right? Some distant leaders framed for child pornography, which Blake was. I always thought that was hardcore, man. And they're sent off to a prison planet, and they discover the Liberator there. They go on board, and again, exactly the same premise, different characters, and on board there's suspended animation capsules with whoever's still alive, right? Whoever you can get in, like, again, Michael Keaton, Sally Kimnett, you put Brian Croucher, whoever you got who's still alive, right? And then it's the mystery of what's going on, where there's what you can do with that, right? There is what you can do with that, and I think it probably would have been better than this. But they all said, no, we don't want to do a carbon copy of Blake. Yes, you bloody do! Right? Yes, you actually do. But this was quite an inventive way of moving forward. Not bad, but forgettable is my instant review. Fine, before we get into more detail, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you're Rumble baby, hit the Rumble button. There's a little plus sign, it's very disappointing. Mostly, sign up to my Substack. Substack is an email newsletter. I put out comic books on it. So we got, I don't know when this video is going out. It might go out on Wednesday. Which is when I'm recording it. I don't know yet. But I put out, there's a story I put out called Red Ghost. Episodes are every Friday, then Sunday we do Sunday comics. Right now it's the Ice Warriors. It's like a one-page strip. I can find more time in the day, I'll put more stuff on it, right? It's free. It's completely free. And you get updated with all the video content. Plus, you get videos before they're released. You get to get in there first, baby. If you want to be super nice. I have a paid version of it as well, where you get more exclusive comics. We've got Crown of the Empire starting next month, which is my new book. Just working on issue 3 right now. So yeah, we're starting on that. If you can consider it, that'll be fantastic. Thank you very much. Fine. Let's have a look at the Terra Nostra. Fine. So again, this is picking up a lot of the plot threads tangentially from Babe and the Butcher and from Clone Masters. But let's go through it. So Terra Nostra was first introduced in the episode Shadow, right? Shadow, which was the drug that they were dealing in, and you got a feeling they did a lot more dirty deeds. So I kind of like the whole underworld thing, right? I always wanted that Boba Fett series where they're not the one we got. Oh god, where they have like the underworld of the Star Wars universe. That could have been interesting, right? And that actually had legs for a season. But I just think these things are kind of, as I said, disposable. All right, let's read the synopsis. generally speaking, my one real criticism of this is I know enough about Blake Seven that that I'm into Blake Seven. I've seen every episode. I own every episode. I own every audio. Right? I know a lot about Blake Seven. I don't have this like labyrinthine knowledge at the top of my head that I remember every freaking detail, everything. And you really need this, right? There's a lot of Blake Seven navel gazing in this, and if you have a better knowledge, knowledge base of what's going on and where they are in time, it makes it much better, right? It makes it much, and it annoyed me that I didn't know, right? That basically the ongoing thing. The Terra Nostra deal in whatever's dirty, degrading, and cruel on every civilized world. Weapons, racketeering, smuggling, assassinations, territory disputes, their tentacles stretch and fall across the galaxy. Jenna and Villa each learn the hard way that they can never escape the Terra Nova, the Terra Nostra's plots and conspiracies. So this is set after Weapon, and so we're getting Jenna in season 3 territory, and we get to see what happened with her. Basically, she just decided not to go back to the Liberator. She becomes a space pirate again and gets a ship and does space pirate thing. The mistake they make with her, though, is they make her a bit of a Mary Sue. Everything she does is perfect. Nothing goes wrong. Not as bad as in the last set, the Baben set. Baben set was awful because they made her into a real two-dimensional character who was there to make Baben look stupid, right? And hated it. Absolutely hated it. So there's much less of it here, but he was a much more interesting character on Blake 7, or on any of the audios when she wasn't so perfect at everything. Now, Sally Comet is saying, I'm loving this now. I'm getting to play the character I always wanted to. It's a more boring character, Sally. That's why I say it's a more boring character, which is a problem. So, stimulus response, the first story by James Kettle. The quality of scripting in this set is pretty darn high. Jenna Stennis has resumed her smuggling career after leaving the Liberator, and Store Jaden is a dream location to unload contraband. Yeah, so she's on this. She's got a bunch of high-priced minerals that she needs to get rid of, and she wants to sell it to the Terra Nostra. The Terra Nostra have other ideas, and with a reformist president recently elected on the planet, can Jenna escape with her cargo, or her life? That's a pretty good synopsis, I have to tell you. So you get this like wimpy new president who, of this planet, who doesn't realize he's being manipulated. You get a lot like the political machinations, however we pronounce it, going on. Well, Jenna's just a little bit too of a force for good, right? The reason I like the writing of Villa is because they're able to write him not as a Mary Sue. They write him like he looks out for himself and he has good traits and bad traits, and he was very relatable that way. I feel that Jenna really isn't in this, but this is an okay episode in terms of audio Blake 7. It was and it's interesting to hear a post Liberator life. They don't talk about why she doesn't go back though, which was really weird. Okay, maybe she can't find them. I don't know. Entrapment. So the next one is a 2-part story. Entrapment by Robert Valentine. One leads into the other. Robert Valentine. Robert Valentine isn't really the best writer. He does an okay job here. A heist to rip off the Terra Nostra requires a master cracksman. Fortunately for Kaiser Frick, he's found one. Unfortunately for Villaresto, it's him. But as Frick comes to suspect a spy in his crew, how long before he decides that it's the reluctant member Villa? So this is actually a good darn premise. I like a heist movie, and that's what this is. It's a heist movie of doing a heist on a spaceship. Kaiser Frick is excellent, absolutely. Who plays it? Let's have a look. Arion Baker. I have no idea who he is, but he's really good, right? Really fills the character with life and charm and menace, right? And so that's really good. I like hearing underworld stuff. The thing that made me crazy all through this, and I still haven't Googled it, it's taking place in season 3, whatever you like to call it, where Villa is off the Enterprise, off the Liberator, and he's lost his bracelet. When was that? Now, I do know they added in 2 seasons in Big Finish into season 3, right? Which are both excellent. I really like that, especially the Restoration season. I really like that. But again, I wish you would give me some kind of map about what's going on where, right? Because I know enough to know I don't know what's going on, and that really frustrates me. And I think a lot the listenership will feel the same way, right? It just really frustrates me. So after that one, we Villa's on the Run, The Offer by Peter Angelis. Peter Angelis has been the script writer, the script editor on these three sets, and again, apart from Babe and the Butcher, which was garbage, this is and you can see his influence on that, but it was just a bunch of diversity hire writers. They said, we're going to set with all women to show that women are as good as men. Nobody thinks women are as good as men, okay? Big Finish, just get this in your stupid head. Nobody thinks that men and women are better or worse than each other. Nobody thinks that. Only you, because you're bonkers, mate. That's why that set was garbage. It really was. And it really annoys me, because if that set was good, this 3-box set season will be a much stronger recommend. It is better, by the way, than the 2 Avalon box sets they put out, because Avalon was a really bland, nondescript character, which they didn't add any character to her. She just remained bland and nondescript. Fine. So fleeing from his enemy, Villa Wrestle sneaks back to Space City, which is where what's the game took place. Shadow took place. But it's more difficult than he thought to get rescued, especially as he can't trust an old friend. To save himself, he must betray the Liberator crew to the Terra Nostra, which was the plan all along. So the problem with this story, which was a good story and good character moments, and what's the name? Michael Keating's Villa is. I always like listening to him. I think he's always good. He sounds perfect. He sounds exactly the same. Is that you need this labyrinthine knowledge of Blake Seven to work out what's going on. So they bring in something from, I think, Weapon. It was another episode where you get tagged with something, you can be killed remotely. So that they brought that in, and they put it in such an oblique way that it took me a while to work out what the hell they're talking about. Villa makes it back to the this is a bit of a spoiler, but you kind of get the feeling this is where it's going at the beginning of the episode. Villa makes it back to the Liberator in the end, and he meets Jenna before he does, which is like kind of a big moment. In fact, the reason he gets back is because Jenna gives him his a teleport bracelet, even though that he's lost his. When? I don't know. Again, very, very frustrating. And there's a lot more details of stuff that I didn't really know, but it all fits together very well. If you're a Blake 7 super fan and you can put all this together and you know what's going on, you're going to love this, right? This is going to be complete fan wank wish fulfillment. If you're a Blake 7 fan, not super fan, which I would say I am, again, I bought it on video. I bought it on DVD. I'll buy it on Blu-ray. I got all the audio. I think that is. I'm not just saying, oh, look at what I bought. I'm saying I bought this because I like it, right? So I am a genuine fan. You're going to find it frustrating, right? So bottom line, these 3 box sets, I just find them all disposable. Now on the other, it's nice hearing Michael Keaton again. But on the other side of it, I'm just like, meh. Which is the best one? This or Clone Masters? I'm going to go with Clone Masters, right? I think Clone Masters is the best one. And again, all 3 bleed into each other, which is quite nice. But again, if you're a Blake 7 super fan, this is for you. If not, somebody mentioned the Caldor Cities, or probably mentioned the Caldor Cities audios last night. Way better. Way better. Not even close. I would say that's your recommendation, which is more like a Chris Boucher, Blake 7, and more of a Chris Boucher tribute than a Blake 7 thing, but it really feels like Blake 7. I would say quite a bit more than this, right? Yeah, quite a bit more than this. So yeah, is that a recommend? How I would say I'll give this set 6.5 to 7.5 out of 10. Somewhere around there. I'm really not sure. Is it a recommend? Depends how much you like Blake 7, right? Depends how much you like Blake. That's really the bottom line. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.